Hello and welcome to part 2 of Sonic Adventure. So, this game introduced a little thing where if you are to quit out of the game and come back, they give you a quite nice little recap of what's the last thing you did in the game. And that's really good. There's a lot of times I play a game for so long and then leave and then not play for a while, and when you come back, you forgot what you did. This game giving you a recap of what you were doing with said character you're playing as. It's really nice. Over here you can see this emblem thing that we previously got for completing the level. The emblems are actually really important in this game. They're collectibles that unlock stuff for later on in the game for you, like, you know, extra stuff for you to do after you beat the game and such and such. There is, I don't know how many to collect from playing all the levels, for playing the extra missions on the levels, or for just walking around methodically looking for them. Yeah, you do just have to randomly look for these things in the hub worlds, because there's a lot of them. This section right here is just me showing off just how big this hub world is. There's so much to do, and we will have to come to every last part of this area at some point. But for now, I just kind of want to show off the scale of it. You probably noticed I picked up this, like, thing back at Tails Workshop. Well, if we bring it in here, there's a wind fan. And it clearly looks like you go up somewhere. Well, that stone is a key. And when you place it on this platform, oh, now we can go up and we can go to the second level, Windy Valley. I love the music in Windy Valley. This is one of my favorite Sonic stage theme songs. Well, what? Yeah, I guess now I should probably address this. This game's main problem may be the camera, but the homing attack, being this new thing, was very experimental. Because at times, instead of bouncing off whatever you home into, you would kind of just fly through it like that. And I want to say it's just a problem with the hardware, but later games I'm going to play, you'll see more or less the same problem with the homing attack. Because the early day homing attacks weren't all that good. Anyway, we get pulled into this tornado here, and now we're in this little section, which is actually pretty cool, because we're inside the tornado. I don't know why there's just conveniently stage aspects in the tornado that we can use to go up, but you know, you gotta make the platforming game interesting somehow, instead of just going from one point to another. And now we come out of the tornado, and I know this music. Yeah, this is a song from Sonic 3D Blast. So, back when I played episode Shadow of Sonic Forces, you may remember me calling out all the references to past games in the music. Well, that is actually nothing new. This is one of the first Sonic games to reuse music. And I actually like that they picked this song. Sonic 3D Blast is a game that doesn't get enough love, and well, they had a lot of great music in that game, and I'm glad it's getting a bit of appreciation because of this. And you probably noticed I've stopped more or less talking about the level, and that's because well, Windy Valley's just, well, not that interesting of a level after you get out of the tornado. It's just kind of methodically having you play through the level, even though I feel like after the bit with the tornado, it should be done. I'm not saying that it overstates its welcome at all, because it really doesn't. It's a perfect length for a level, you know? Compared to Sonic Forces, like quick minute-and-a-half levels, this is perfect length for a platforming level, but I think the tornado bit should have been at the end. I think they should have had the set piece of the tornado at the end of the level, and then it all would have been good, because that is a great set piece that we wasted in the middle of the stage, so the rest of it is just you playing through what is basically the first bit for the next 2 minutes. But with that all being said, that was Windy Valley.
Yeah, not bad.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
And now we have to head back to Station Square, but before I do that, more exploring this big old hub world, because seriously, why is it so big? Like, there is so much here, but you know, it's whatever. I know it's sounding like I kinda have a problem with that, but no, I love that. If a game is going to have a hub world, make it big and expansive, you know? Make it so where you more or less have a reason to want to explore it, which is good for the fact of, like I said earlier, they hide emblems all over the place in the hub worlds, and with it being big enough for you to want to explore it, you're more likely to find them. So, if you're a completionist, you're rewarded for your exploration. And now you may notice that we're back in Station Square, and it's sunset. Yes, this game has a hub world with the time-changing aspect, meaning at certain points of the game, the Station Square area will be daytime, sunset, and nighttime. And that's really cool. You notice that it said there's somewhere you can go to get into the sewers, and you would think it's here, right? You would think it'd be that easy, but no, we actually get to explore the back end of Station Square now. We couldn't explore that before because this is blocked off by police cars after the fight with Chaos Zero. And this place is just as big as Mystic... Well, not just as big as Mystic Ruins, but big enough. Like, it actually feels like you're in a city. And there's so much to do. You can go into these buildings. Well, you can go into a few buildings. I'm not gonna say it like you can go. One of that golden egg there was important. But no, I'm not gonna say like you can go into all the buildings, because clearly you can't. But you can go into quite a few of them. But we have to go down here, and now we are in the sewers. Okay. I don't know why we have to go into the sewers. But, you know. It is what it is. Weird giant box there. Anyway. Let's come up here and... Glowing shoes in the middle of the sewers, huh? This can only be good. And well, actually yes, it can.
Now you've got light speed shoes. Press and hold the action button to store up power. Once you have enough power, release the button and you can do the Lightspeed Dash. The Lightspeed Dash lets you race toward rings at light speed. As long as there's a trail of rings, you can go just about anywhere.
As long as there's a trail of rings, you say? Interesting. But yeah, you have to use the Spin Dash to charge that up, and then we can go across a trail of rings. That is a feature only in this game, and I'm glad that you never have to do that again in any 3D Sonic game afterwards. Yeah, if you ask me, charging up a Spin Dash to do a Lightspeed Dash was really not a fun mechanic. It just kind of seems like you're just prodding out a simple feature, but you know.
You can go to the casino area at nighttime.
Yes, you can, and to get to the casino area, you have to access the hotel. But before we do that, you may remember Trail of Rings and a door up here. Well, okay, that's not what I was trying to do. But you may remember this Trail of Rings and this door up here, and well, if we charge up the Lightspeed Dash, oh, we can get in here now. And in here is another upgrade. Some blue bracelet.
This is the Crystal Ring. This reduces the time needed to store power for the Lightspeed Dash.
That is indeed what it does. And to anybody who plays this game, I highly suggest always get that right after you get the Lightspeed Dash power up, because it's going to be a lifesaver.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
Okay, don't have to go to the Mystic Ruins though. So, just see here, there's another Trail of Rings, and that took noticeably less time than the last time we had to do that. Well, yes, and so we open this door, and now let's go to Casinopolis. Oh god, Casinopolis. If there was a word that meant uselessly long, it'd be this. Because you see here, we have to get that Chaos Emerald that's up there. And well, we can't just quite jump up there, even though this game does have a relatively high jump, and spin dash jumping is a thing to get you more height, but we can't get up there. So you're probably wondering how we're going to get to that Chaos Emerald. Well, you see the counter on the side of the wall next to it? We need to collect rings, but not just a certain amount. We need to collect enough rings to pile up in that room.
As you can.
And
it may even help show you the way.
Yeah, thanks. Pile up enough rings, and it will allow you to get enough height to jump up. And now you're probably wondering how we get those rings, since this is a normal stage. Well, we have to basically gamble. Yeah, so we come over to these machines, you can break them, and they give you rings. But, that's, well, for lack of a better description, the most inefficient way to do that. What you actually want to do is to come over here, and it will send you to a pinball table. Yes, because you can't have a Sonic game without teaching kids how to play pinball. Several people born in the 90s have probably inhabited gambling addictions because of Sonic games. You probably noticed earlier that I kind of did like a fade cut into entering the pinball table, and there's going to be a few more of those. And that's because this level takes an unnecessary— oh, no. Yeah, that is a thing that can happen, and it's really annoying. You get 3 Eggmans, and, well, you lose all your rings. But get 3 of any of the other characters, literally 3 of anything else, and you get a buttload of rings, which is very helpful. But like I was saying, you're probably noticing I'm doing these fade cuts to different parts of the level, and that's because this level takes a really long time. You need to build up a lot of rings, and unless you have the most severe luck of pinball, you are never gonna get enough rings in a decent amount of time. Seriously, the slot machine system in this game is very flawed. Or maybe that's just me talking out of spite of the fact that I always get screwed over. But you probably noticed that we failed the pinball board and fell down into this little area. This is good. This is where you will get a lot of rings. There is no punishment for failing the pinball game, because you'll just go to a section to get more rings than you would by sitting there and playing pinball for 5 minutes. The only real complaint I have about this section down here where you're kind of grinding up rings, this overstates its welcome quite a bit, and I genuinely feel like it could have been its own level in its entirety, because, well, while the point of this is just for you to get as many rings as possible for the casino, it just has things to make it feel like a short level that should be in its own thing in the game and not connected to something else. But you know, that's just me. I don't know how you probably feel about this, because I have like little gripes with this game that most people don't have. And you know, I think that's part of the reason why I love this game. It's because I could weirdly complain about something and then realize someone else doesn't have that complaint, and then just completely be fine with that. And you know, I guess that's the way you should look at it. But you know, it's kind of weird to me, because like a lot of times I'm like, okay, well, I don't like this in a game, and someone does, I'm just kind of like, okay, that's a bit weird. But this game, I kind of understand it, because everyone's 50-50 on Casinopolis. You know, a lot of people like the like chilled level where you get to just play around and actually kind of have fun, and not just doing platforming and stuff. But me, I like the platformer aspect. I'm fine with having a level in between where you really just get to relax, because there's no enemies in the stage or nothing, and your only real way of losing rings is to pure stupidity. But you know, I'm more of a platformer person, so like a little moment like this where there's none of that, it's okay, I'm fine, but you know, it's weird. Come out of this and it brings you to this weird shower section, which is infamous for weirdly having a shower animation for Sonic, but that's beside the point. We have one more thing to go into before we unlevel in. Huh. It's another pinball board, but themed from the game Nights into Dreams. For those who don't know what Nights is, it's another Sega property that also came out on the Sega Genesis, actually, and it is considered to be the sister series to the Sonic games. I don't know if you would still call it that, because, well, we haven't had a Nights game in so long that I'm pretty sure Sega has just fully abandoned the series, and has relegated the main character, Nights, into more of a cameo role. Because Nights cameos in Sonic games a lot, and it kinda hurts. I'm not gonna show a lot of the pinball thing, but if you get a full pair of cards, because the point of this is you're collecting cards, you open a doorway. If you go through it, you go to a not as big, but slightly minuscule scaled pinball board, and well, you fail this, you get transported to this good little set piece here that's based off a level in the Nights game. And I do mean this entire section is based off of how you play the game. Nights is more like an on-rail shooter kind of game, and it's weird. But, you know, I myself have never played the Nights games, you know, that do exist. There's a few of them. I myself have never played them, so I don't know, like, how accurate that is to the gameplay, but, you know, it's weird. And as you can see, after 10 minutes, I had 500 rings, and that is more than enough to complete this level. As you can see, I only took away a lot of my rings down to 107, then the level itself took the rest of them. But that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, that was Casinopolis.
Oh no, the Chaos Emerald!
Oh no, you don't!
Oh, jeez! Amen.
Oh man, what happened to that emerald we just had?
I guess Eggman's got one of them. But the other one's safe. That guy must be desperate.
That means his 2 to our 1, and that's not good. Come on, Sonic! We need to get busy!
Jesus Christ, it feels like these characters are so incompetent. What's she doing here? But that is going to be the end of part 2 of my playthrough of Sonic Adventure. This was a long one. Casinopolis took quite a while. And you know what? I'm fine with that. Sure, the video itself is 20 minutes in length now, and that's not really what I want these playthroughs to be like. I don't really want these to be like long-winded playthroughs unless it necessarily has to. But, you know, it's fine. I guess we'll count Casinopolis as it having to be. If I were to give like my full thoughts on the level, we'd be here for quite a while. Because I do actually have a lot to say about Casinopolis, but for now I'm going to leave it at, it's a fun level, but you have to do a bit too much in my standards. I'll leave that to you as let it be. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going to end it here. Goodbye, everybody.